Hello. Now this is one of the trade I took just a few hours ago. It's a trade that has to do with the Australian GDP report, and this report is to look at the GDP of the Aussie. Now, although I'm trading the New Zealand dollar, but it's a correlated pair to the Australian dollar. So now the news is about to be released, so I'm just setting my stop losses and also placing my targets. And so far I'm in profit before the news. I'm just trying to protect myself just in case if there is a whipsaw in the market. And both the small account and the big account, I'm in profit. This is the big account. So from my currency strength indicator, you can see the white line and the yellow line, they are seriously divergent. Now if the news is positive, it's going to push the New Zealand dollar to the upside, but if it is negative, it's going to push the New Zealand dollar to the downside, because if the Aussie dollar is going down, that will drag the New Zealand dollar as well to go down. So we're just looking at it, and this is the final push before the news. Now we can see how the market is just fluctuating, and this is when the news came out and it hit the daily pivot and automatically it's pushing down. And this is when the news broke, and from the look of things it was a negative news, and that's pushing down the Aussie dollar, or rather the New Zealand dollar, because the New Zealand dollar is correlated to the Aussie dollar. So if the Aussie dollar goes down, the New Zealand dollar definitely will go down. So that's what we are seeing here. So now they are pushing down the market. Now I had a couple of trades which I closed already. Once I saw that the news was negative from the chart, I had to close some profit, and I closed the gap in my stop loss so that I don't give back the profits to the market. So I'm still monitoring the news while I'm looking at my chart, and we can see how we hit the daily pivot right at this point, and you can see how everything is just collapsing right now. And I'm closing also profit from the large account. And we can see how active the market is and how the big players, they've all jumped in. You can see the bid and the ask. The numbers are much more right now, and we can see a lot of market participants from the 1 hour chart. That is this chart right here. So I'm just anticipating that it might pull back. That's why I was increasing the stop. And looking at my currency strength indicator, you can see how the brown line, that's the Australian dollar, dropped seriously, and you can see also the New Zealand dollar, which is a white line, it's pointing down, and the yellow line on the currency strength indicator, that's the Japanese yen, and you can see what's going on. So people are selling the New Zealand dollar or the Aussie dollar, which is pulling down the New Zealand dollar, to buy the Japanese yen, and you can see how the yellow line is pushing up sharply because of the negative news that broke out of Aussie. So now this is gonna take me out on the big account, because I was hoping it will pull back, but it looks like the market wasn't taking it lightly, and so it took me out. But I came up with a profit of 3,400 and something dollars. Now, this that I'm doing here is to show you what happens when you hit a support level. We can see it hit a support level. All the bag holders in that region, they had to exit their trade. That's why we had that one candle that was quite bullish, but the sellers were too strong, and now they are pushing back down the market. So they are still pushing it down from the 1 hour chart. Now I had to buy or enter in for a buy, because I saw some technical indicators that told me that it's time to buy. So I entered in for a buy because of the support level hit, and those that were holding the bags, they are now exiting. Those who were selling, and they are exiting with a buy, because when you are selling, if you exit your trade, you become a buyer. So all those that exited their trade has now pushed the market up. Those were the bag holders. That's why I entered in for a buy, because I can see a higher high on the 1 minute chart, and so the sellers are still trying to push it down. And once I noticed that, I just closed a few trades. So on the large account, still 5 million, and eventually I'm gonna close some trades on the large account. So just monitoring the way the sellers are pushing down the market. So we can see what really happened on this 1 minute chart, how they came all the way down right here at this support level, and now it's now rolling over, and the buyers are trying to push the market up, and they're trying to push the market up, and they're pushing it up, and they're pushing it up, and holding just that one entry, and also closing the gap on my stop loss, and also for the big account as well. And I'm just measuring my point where I will need to reverse my trade, because I entered the trade. The first entry was a sell, or rather a buy, and then I sold. Now I'm buying. So I took it when it was buying, I took it when it was selling, and now I'm taking it when it's buying. So so these are the kinds of opportunities you get in the evenings. There's a chance you might have 3 different moves or swing. A buy, a sell, and a buy, or a sell, a buy, and a sell. These are the things you can expect in the Asian market. So this was the trades I took, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channels, because I'm going to be releasing more videos like this. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.